Jam shumë e lumtur që pa realizoj sot një intervistë totalisht ndryshe me një të ftuar shumë special që ka ardhur sot, një mik një mik i Shqipërisë, ka nisur gjithçka nga zero dhe ka arritur majet një nga kompanitë më prestigjioze botërore siç është McDonald's, një nga qytetet më të mëdha në botë siç është London. Pasi arriti majat, ai çuditërisht la gjithçka. Se pse e la dhe çfarë kishte në mendje, sot ka ardhur që të na tregoj historinë e tij pikërisht në podcastin ton Histori Frymezuese. Është këtu me ne në podcastin ton Histori Frymezuese Alessandro Pallini. Alessandro, mirë se erdhe. Si do të prezantoj Alessandro? Si një menaxher shumë i mirë, shumë i suksesshëm, si një sportdashës apo si një entrepreneur i ri? Mirë se erdhe një herë.
All right, I'm very glad to be here today. Thank you, Senada, for inviting me. Look, it's been a very tough decision, to leave a country like, UK. Yeah? I've been living there for about 10 years of my life. And, I've been working as a managing director for McDonald's. And, when you reach this kind of roles and this kind of, level, sometimes to leave that comfort zone, is not that simple. But I realized at a certain point that I wasn't feeling myself anymore. So what I did, I had the opportunity to meet a guy that was my close friend when we were young. I met him in Tirana. And after not too long, I realized that Tirana really needed something in sport to be done. So, talking a bit, analyzing, etc., we really realized that the right move in that moment was to start this amazing project. So that's why I moved.
Alessandro, ke pasur një punë që secili prindër ta ndërronte për fëmijën e tij që ta kishte një punë të tillë, por ti e le menjëherë sapo arrite majat e kësaj karriere, ti e le atë dhe fillove diçka të re. Si ishte ky kalim nga një korporat në një sipermarres krejt të re?
Look, I realized at a certain point of my career that I was doing things too standardized. Yeah. I wasn't feeling myself as a person within the company, but more as a number, and that made me living days that were very heavy, and at a certain point I wanted to make my mark into the society. And I realized that sport, because I've been a sporty for all my life, but in the last period of my life, in the last, let's say 5 to 7 years, I didn't have time to play. I used to work like 16 hours per day, every day, maybe one day off every 2-3 weeks. So I didn't have time to really put myself into sport. So what I did, I tried to unify the two things. So the pleasure, of playing sport and bringing sport to people, and also the work. So being a businessman in action,
Alessandro, ke pasur më parë eksperjenca në biznes, sepse ju tha që vini, keni qenë një menaxher shumë mirë, por keni pasur eksperiencë në biznes më parë, si ju erdhi kjo ide që të futeshit drejt botës së biznesit? Pra keni menduar më parë të gjitha këto, si do të arrijon klientët, kush janë klientët e mi, si do të bëj, në fund të fundit si do të nxjerr edhe pjesën monetare të kësaj gjës?
Right. No, first of all, when you think about a business idea, at the very beginning you go with the gut, so you don't think of what they could be, the cons towards this decision that you want to take. I never had a business background, but of course, working for very big multinational, it helps you on this. So you need to manage big portfolio, interact with, high-end suppliers and everything. So that part of background have supported me in this type of process. But besides that, if I can give a suggestion to also other potential businessmen, is that at the very beginning you need to understand in the market where you can jump in. Once you understood that, you put down all the calculation and everything you want in a second phase. But at the very beginning you just need to go free-minded, to understand what is happening in that country, what is happening around you, and understand how you can improve it. After that, you do your consideration and stuff. But I believe you don't need a business background in order to become, a
businessman.
Yeah.
Le të flasim pak për padel. Çfarë është ky padel dhe pse është një sport krejtësisht ndryshe dhe një farë mënyre edhe i padëgjuar për ne?
When I first came in Albania, I saw that Albania was moving at a very fast pace, in a lot of different sectors. But I believe that in sport, considering the experience I have from other countries, we could do a lot more. So I started analyzing a bit the Balkans area, and I saw that in all the Balkans there was no padel. Yeah, what is padel? Padel basically is the fastest growing sport of the last 4 or 5 years worldwide. Yeah, and is a sport that is played with rackets. Yeah. A lot of people, compare it to tennis, yeah, but it's much easier, it's much more comfortable for people to start, yeah, when tennis is very technical, yeah, you need a lot of training before being able to actually enjoy. And you play 2 versus 2. The court is much smaller than the one of tennis, it's like 1/3 of the court, but the beauty of it is that it's edged by glasses. Yeah, so the ball keeps staying in the play. Yeah, so it's a very cool sport, and I realized that a lot of different ages play. From 8 years old up to 70 years old, they are all very excited to enjoy it.
Alessandro, po përpiqesh që ti drejtosh njerëzit tek ky sport i ri i padel, kam lexuar se në fakt padeli ka një përhapje shumë të madhe, sidomos në pjesën mezetare të Europës, me miliona njerëz e luajnë këtë sport, por në Shqipëri është disiri. Si po përpiqesh ti që ti drejtosh njerëzit në këtë lloj sporti të ri?
Yeah, no, this is a very nice question. Basically, I do believe in sport, I do believe in physical activity on a daily basis. So for us, it's not only on the business point of view, yeah, but it's mostly also to bring a kind of movement towards a certain type of community. Yeah, and we believe that padel, being so easy to start and being so easy to play, can be something that can unify a lot of different cultures and a lot of different people and personalities. Yeah, in our project, we are a very, long-term visionary. So, everyone involved into the sport can become later a partner, can become later a person that help you shaping this sport and shaping this movement towards all the countries. So that's the beauty of padel.
Yeah. Çfarë frymëzoi juve që të zgjidhet pikërisht Shqipërinë si qendrën e padelit dhe çfarë sfidash patët për ta setapuar këtë në Shqipëri?
Yeah, look, I've been having Albanian friends since I was very little, But the thing is, I never had the chance and the opportunity to really visit Albania. And what happened? Happened that at a certain point I found out that a very close friend of mine that used to live with me in Italy, was living in Albania since I think 2 years. Yeah. So after meeting up, he said, "Look, Ale, let's meet in Albania. Let's visit Albania together. Yeah, and trust me, there will be a lot of opportunities also for you." I said, okay. I was very excited. Yeah, so I came to Albania. And I start, understanding a bit how was the city, because jumping from London was a very
completely
huge
different. Yes,
very huge difference. But still, every time I go to another city or another country, I'm very curious, and I'm very open-minded to understand what is the culture, what they are thinking, what they are, looking forward to develop, etc. So what I did, I came, and I started visiting around. I visit a bit Tirana, I went to the north a bit, I went to the south. But around 4 or 5 days that I was here, I look at my friend and we talk together, and I said, "Man, I think Tirana needs padel." So we started laughing each other because we both know about padel, and we said, "Yeah, man, there is no padel, no." So we started understanding what was going around, etc. And after 5 days, we went to our lawyer and we signed for the company. And from there, I didn't leave Albania anymore.
Okay.
So it was really super cool. It was really super cool. And I had a lot of difficulties at the beginning. because it's a very new country for me. I didn't know anybody, it was my first week in Tirana. So, I would say the first 6 to 8 months is a bit challenging, But what was challenging mostly? Challenging is that I believe, based on what I saw in the people I met here, the Albanian type of person at the beginning is a bit skeptical, So I felt this, So they wanted to understand, who is this guy, What is he bringing? What is padel? There were too many questions mark, in this type of project, They didn't know about the sport, they didn't know about the person that was opening, and a bit all the atmosphere. But after really 6-7 months, we got along with it, and
they were convinced by your work and your project.
Absolutely, it's going very well.
E panjohura është vërtet e frikshme. A ke menduar ndonjëherë që të japësh dorëheqjen, ke pasur ndonjëherë ndonjë sfidë të cilën nuk e ke kaluar, ose ndonjë dështim që ke pasur gjatë projekteve të tua?
One of the, let's say, most scary part of the project was at the very beginning, after, let's say, 2-3 months, because I've been, after preparing everything, imagine, business plan, closing a lot of very important, worldwide partnership, roadmap, this, that, collaboration, etc. We were ready to start, but we've been for 4 months to find the location. So the location was the most difficult part of it. When we believe at the very beginning that the location was one of the easiest. You understand maybe real estate wise how we are progressing, in terms of expansion, and then you find a spot. We've been searching for like 5 months, let's say, every morning, like 5-6 hours by car, popping in every spot, every location, etc. It was very difficult. We found a lot of places that they were very expensive, other places that they were not compatible with the height, with the length, with this, that. So that part was very difficult, and I believe, you see a lot of difficulties when you open a new business. I reached a point where I said, what we do? Shall we change,
business
idea, or we keep going with our direction? So
and what you did?
There were a point really for 1 week that I was very indecisive. I was very indecisive is to come back, if to change completely the project, etc. But then I realized that was the right choice to keep going on the right direction. So at the end we find the place, and it was cool. But if I can add something, mostly London, because London I've been living for much longer. And in London, the difficulties were much higher. When I first went there, I didn't speak English. So the first two years and a half was very tough. You don't know anybody, you can't speak the language. Like here in Albania, everyone or speak Italian or speak English, or you don't feel out of space. Then they're very welcoming as well, very supportive. So in London was crazy, the first 2 years you don't know anybody, you don't understand what they say, you watch TV, you don't understand how to communicate. It's very tough, also to present yourself in a business environment, you have a lot of boundaries, but what I can leave to the listener is that, you need to keep going with your vision. If you have a vision that is very clear, and you understand that that is your call, you just keep going, and everything will be much more easy and defined.
A mund ta ndash tani me ne një moment që ka shënjuar hapjen e padelit, një memorie që ty të ka ngelur vërtet në mendje gjatë kohës që ke qenë duke hapur, pra duke iniciuar këtë Padel Center në Shqipëri?
Having over 90% of my clients that are Albanians, I had a lot of memorable moments, But if I had to pick one of it, I remember when we organized the first international tournament, So we invited over 150 of the top players here in Albania. And this was a crazy event, because a lot of even capital in Europe never had the chance to host a certain type of tournament. And the beauty of it is that, nobody have taken part to a tournament like this, but I had over 250 people from Albania, coming just to watch, They spend there 4 or 5 hours of their day, with families, with friends, stay there asking questions, interviewing the players, and seeing so much excitement and so much curiosity in just a bit more than a year, was one of the biggest experience that I ever had in this country. Yeah. Was priceless.
Sa fusha e padelit kemi në Shqipëri dhe sa shumë luajnë shqiptarët, sa shumë janë të apasionuar pas sportit dhe sa shumë luajnë ato padel?
Look, we have found a very nice location, and we have like a warehouse of 2,000 square meter. Yeah? And we had the opportunity to implement over 4 paddle courts. Yeah? Plus, we have one interesting court that is called Padel. Yeah? Padel, basically, you can play 4 sports in one. So you can play 1-to-1 paddle if you want to train a bit, or for kids, etc. You can play football tennis, so you can play 3 versus 3 football tennis. You can play volleyball, 4 versus 4. And then you can play badminton. Badminton is a sport that I saw a bit of the history in Albania. They used to play around 30-40 years ago on the beach, yeah, with very tiny rackets and very light ball. Yeah, and it became very popular in Asia. Yeah, but they are bringing it also to Europe, and it's something very cool. Then what we have, we are developing a small restaurant. We have a very relaxing area. We have, a lot of different areas that allow you to really take part to
enjoy the part, yeah, the time.
To a sport and enjoy the time. Plus, we collaborate, with the nutritionist, physiotherapist, etc. But the very big objective for me was to create community. The reason why I opened this, we opened this type of project is because when I came, I went to play sport in different sports centers. And what I realized is that these sports centers were full, completely full. But people, what they were doing, they were parking the car, getting in the pitch, play the sport, and then go home. Yeah. So I said, how do we catch them and take them in an area also of the sports center where they can interact, know with other people that they're playing the same sport, that they're sharing the same passion, etc. And maybe from different background, different type of culture, different type of ideas. So in our place, we decided to create different areas for them to join together, to gather together, to know each other. We have a WhatsApp group now that is over 650 people, in less than 2 years. And we are talking about, like high-end people, managers, businessmen, people that really want to make the difference in this country. And this is beautiful. But look, in less than 2 years, we reach, I think, 1,500 people right now that they're playing consistently. So we are very happy, Sometimes I need to show this because it's very important.
Yeah. Yes, it's very important. Cilat janë sfidat që ti si një sipermarres i ri u përballen në fillim dhe si ato kanë formsuar rritjen dhe zhvillimin tuaj?
I believe the biggest challenges that you as a young entrepreneur can face at the beginning is that before there were people telling you what to do, every day. Yes. So there were people giving you tasks, there were people giving you deadlines, there were people giving you objectives on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, etc. And on a certain point of view, it's much easier, because at the end of the day, if someone tells you at the beginning of the month, look, I want to reach here, you can get this in order to reach that, you are quite channeled in how to reach it. Yeah. The point is when you realize that nobody's telling you how to reach that point. So the most important part is that your vision is very solid. Yeah. So if you don't have a solid vision, it will be much more complicated to, spread down all the things that you need in order to reach that point. So this is the first thing, absolutely. Second of all, when you work for someone, sometimes you can feel also to give up. Yeah. And yeah, even if maybe your performances won't be the best, yeah, but sometimes when you are employed, you can give up. This is true to say. When you're not employed and you are an employer, you can't give up, because every time you know that you are giving up on yourself, yeah, and is nobody covering for you that giving up, yeah. So that is the second part, very difficult sometimes, because you're going through a lot of different, private problems, or problems with the work, problems with your colleagues, problem in general, yeah. And you feel tired, yeah. You feel disappointed. You feel in a lot of different state, yeah. But what you need to understand is that really, if you don't push in that time, if you don't keep pushing, even when you feel like this, nobody would push for you, yeah. So this is a second point, very, very tough. And third of all, is realizing if the plan that you put in place is the right one, because maybe you say, look, I want to achieve, 1,000 clients in my business. Great. I put down everything, I need 3 people to work in this role, 2 people in this, I need this kind of tools, I need this kind of location, you put down your business plan, and then maybe halfway, after being working so hard, you realize that wasn't the right plan. So there you need to understand how to take the current plan, maybe twist it a bit, or change it completely, and being able to start again from scratch. Because a lot of entrepreneurs, what they do, they keep going in their direction because they say, yes, this is the right way, this is the right way, this is the right way, but sometimes it's not the right way, yeah? They keep going until they bang at the end, not realizing what they wanted to achieve, and then they giving up in entrepreneurship, yeah? So the starting is always exciting, yeah? Maybe this excitement will last 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. I hope for everyone to last forever, yeah? But it's the moment when the excitement goes that you need to really push and keep pushing. Yeah, so this is a bit of what I feel.
Yes, challenging. Yeah. Cilat janë planet e tua për të ardhmen si dhe aspiratat për padel në Shqipëri dhe më gjerë?
So since the day we started, me and my business partner Pasquale Minasi, we always said that we wanted to become the Balkan leading provider of padel. So we always had this big vision in us. Also because when we start project, we have big vision. We don't want to stop in a very limited, area. We want to keep going, keep progressing, and keep expanding. And, luckily, after very hard work, of course, like everyone put into companies, but besides that, also, luckily, after a very nice response from the market, we are very happy to say that from this May, from half May, we will be opening a 4 courts area in the south of Albania, in Palas, in Green Coast. Which for us is a very, very big achievement, in less than 2 years. And we'll be able to managing the first sport area in all the south. Yeah. Great. So we're gonna have 4 padel courts, we're gonna have a gym area, we're gonna have some multi-sport, We are trying to unify to the south, let's say, entertainment, and environment itself, a bit of sport, yeah, because we realize that a lot of development have been put in place in the past, let's say, 5 to 10 years. The south changed a lot. But sport was missing, and if you put a bit of sport in this kind of, big project, you always give a good support in this kind of movement. So now we are very happy to be in Green Coast this year. Yeah.
What a great news, yeah.
Absolutely.
Si një person I cili ka dalë me sukses të kalojë nga një karrierë tradicionale për një pagë mujore në një kompani, ka arritur që të themelojë sipermarrjen e tij, çfarë këshilla do t'i jepni ju të gjithë të rive, të cilët dëshirojnë që të kenë një sukses jashtë kësaj karrierës tradicionale, le të themi, por tentojnë dhe ndrojnë sipermarrjen?
I believe that is based, it's very subjective. Yeah, certain people maybe feel since they're young to jump into entrepreneurship, yeah? Maybe make a lot of mistakes at the beginning, etc. And then leave entrepreneurship and go back to employed. My case was that I've been working as an employee because I wanted to understand the structure of the companies, you know. That's why I chose very big companies, you know, very big reality. This helped me scaling from the ground zero, yeah, to the top, and allow me to understand for each role what was the meaning of that role, yeah, what you needed to know specifically in order to achieve targets, in order to know how to potentially, you know, perform in the best way. But you know, the only suggestion I can give, you know, to listener is this: you start, no matter where you start. You can start from a waiter point of view. You can start working in McDonald's, because at the end I work in McDonald's as a cleaner at the beginning, no, and not as a managing director. You just need to start, and then you need to be very curious. You need to be very open-minded. You need to be available in doing tasks and duties that you are not required of, even if you are not paid off. Yeah? Maybe you'll be doing for 1, 2, 3 years tasks that you're not paid for. Yeah? But you need to do it, you need to keep going on that direction, and then once you realize that you understood how something works and what is your call inside, and you say, look, now I'm ready to work on my own, there you jump. You cut the next day in the work that you're working for, even if you've been there for 5 years, 10 years, no matter what, and you jump on the other side. But most of the time, you know, you need to start from zero, being humble. Yeah, a lot of humbleness is needed, and keep going, keep going. This is my only suggestion now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cilat janë planet tuaja për një të ardhme afatmesme dhe afatgjatë, dhe çfarë të motivon dhe çfarë të frymëzon ty që të ecësh gjithmonë përpara dhe ti realizosh këto qëllime që I ke vënë vetes?
Look, I have a lot of goals, no? Of course, keep going on this project that I've been working for a long time, and of course, it's not the right time to stop, you know? And then visiting Albania, yeah, this is one of my goals, because I would like to find some time to really understand the culture, you know? Maybe go with some Albanians in their hometown, you know, understand their background, what they eat, what they do, some history about that, yeah, etc. And then, of course, you know, in the long-term perspective, I'm trying to understand also if to live in Albania, yeah, and to maybe find a person to share my life with, you know. So this is all work in progress, but I believe there are all the, you know, criteria here to live a very nice life. So, and I'm very happy to be part of this amazing growth. So, thank you.
Sa të informuar keni qenë rreth padelit, dhe sa për jush kanë luajtur padel më përpara. Sot ne kishim të ftuar Alessandron, të cilin e falenderojmë për prezantimin që bëri për padelin, e falenderojmë shumë që solli padelin në Shqipëri pikë së pari, dhe së fundmi e falenderojmë që ndau historinë e tij të suksesit që filloi nga zero, u bë një menaxher I përgjithshëm dhe tani është një sipermarres I ri ku ka sjell padelin në Shqipëri. Faleminderit Alessandro për këtë bisedë kaq të këndshme, dhe faleminderit juve që na ndoqët. Vazhdoni të bëni subscribe.